Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to Nine Nar Trees podcast. Today, I will summarize and review the book, Unscripted, Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Entrepreneurship by M.J. DeMarco is a contrarian manifesto on modern work, wealth, and personal freedom. Building on the ideas that made his earlier work popular, DeMarco challenges the conventional script that says stability comes from college, a job, retirement accounts, and waiting decades to enjoy life. Instead, he argues that the path to liberty is built through value creation, ownership, and entrepreneurship, not through dependence on wages and promises made by institutions. The book frames entrepreneurship less as a romantic hustle and more as a strategic response to economic reality, where technology, global competition, and corporate incentives can make traditional careers fragile. DeMarco lays out a mindset shift from consuming to producing, from seeking comfort to building capability, and from following cultural defaults to designing a deliberate life. Readers can expect direct language, practical mental models, and a strong emphasis on accountability, decision-making, and building scalable systems that separate income from time. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, the scripted life versus the unscripted life. A central theme is the distinction between a scripted life and an unscripted life. The scripted path is presented as the culturally endorsed default: trade time for money, keep expenses manageable, invest steadily, and hope that long-term averages and institutional systems deliver security. DeMarco challenges this narrative by emphasizing how fragile it can be when income depends on a single employer, a narrow job title, or economic conditions outside your control. The unscripted life, by contrast, is framed as self-authored and ownership-based. It prioritizes building assets, skills, and systems that can generate results without constant personal presence. The point is not that jobs are inherently bad, but that dependency is risky and often invisible until disruption arrives. This topic also explores the psychological comfort of scripts. They offer social approval and predictable milestones, but can quietly postpone freedom into a distant future. DeMarco pushes readers to evaluate whether their daily actions are purchasing short-term comfort at the cost of long-term autonomy. The takeaway is a clear lens for auditing choices. Are you following inherited defaults, or are you designing a life that can withstand volatility and still move toward liberty? Secondly, freedom through ownership and value creation. The book repeatedly returns to the idea that freedom is purchased with value creation and secured through ownership. DeMarco argues that the most reliable way to improve your leverage in life is to build or own something that other people want at scale, rather than relying solely on selling your hours. This includes businesses, products, services, intellectual property, and systems that can operate beyond the limits of a single individual's time. Entrepreneurship is positioned as a mechanism for turning personal effort into enduring assets, where the output can compound. A key nuance is that value creation is not wishful thinking or personal passion alone. It requires understanding markets, solving real problems, and aligning your offer with what people will pay for. The reader is encouraged to think like a producer and problem solver, not a consumer chasing status purchases or quick hacks. Ownership also implies responsibility. You cannot outsource outcomes to bosses, credentials, or economic policy. By tying freedom to market-delivered value, DeMarco reframes wealth as a byproduct of usefulness and scalability. The topic equips readers with a practical North Star: build what serves others, build it so it can reach many, and structure it so it is not inseparable from your presence. Thirdly, the mindset shift, from consumption to production. Another important topic is the internal transformation required to move from a consumption-oriented life to a production-oriented one. DeMarco critiques consumer culture as a trap that keeps people chasing comfort, entertainment, and social validation while ignoring the deeper goal of self-determination. The unscripted mindset emphasizes delayed gratification, skill acquisition, and purposeful discomfort as tools for building capability. Rather than measuring success by lifestyle symbols, the book encourages measuring by control over time, options, and resilience. This shift includes becoming skeptical of narratives that normalize dissatisfaction as just how life works, such as the idea that most people must hate weekdays to earn weekends. It also involves replacing passive hope with active strategy, planning, testing, building, iterating, and learning from feedback. The focus is on developing the traits that entrepreneurship demands, such as initiative, sales ability, communication, problem-solving, and disciplined execution. DeMarco also stresses personal accountability, pushing readers to own their decisions instead of blaming the economy, employers, or circumstances. The result is a mental operating system that prioritizes producing outcomes over consuming distractions. In practical terms, it means reallocating time from low-value activities toward building skills and assets that increase future freedom. Fourthly, building businesses that scale beyond your time. Unscripted places heavy emphasis on building ventures that can scale, because scale is what separates a demanding job you own from an asset that can create genuine liberty. DeMarco argues that many people escape employment only to recreate it inside a small business that requires constant attention. The antidote is designing for leverage, systems, processes, automation, delegation, and products that can be replicated without your direct hourly input. This topic covers the logic behind choosing business models that have the potential to reach more customers without linear increases in labor. Technology and distribution are highlighted as powerful multipliers, enabling small teams or even individuals to serve large markets. The reader is encouraged to think in terms of frameworks like recurring demand, strong differentiation, and controllable channels, rather than chasing saturated trends. The book also treats execution as a core differentiator. Ideas are common, but building a reliable engine that acquires customers and delivers value consistently is rare. Importantly, scale is paired with sustainability. A scalable business should not be built on fragile shortcuts or dependency on a single platform. The goal is to create a durable system that can adapt, withstand competition, and keep producing value even as conditions change. Lastly, risk, security, and designing a life with options. DeMarco reframes risk by arguing that what feels safe can be the riskiest choice if it concentrates your livelihood in one paycheck and one institution. The book encourages readers to evaluate risk through the lens of control and optionality. A scripted career may feel predictable, yet it is exposed to layoffs, industry shifts, automation, health issues, and geographic constraints. Entrepreneurship has visible risks, but it can also create multiple income streams, transferable skills, and broader opportunity. This topic also explores the emotional side of uncertainty. Many people avoid entrepreneurial paths not because the numbers do not work, but because ambiguity feels uncomfortable and social approval is uncertain. DeMarco's unscripted approach suggests building a personal risk management strategy, develop in-demand skills, keep financial buffers, validate ideas before overcommitting, and diversify channels and customers. The aim is not reckless gambling, but intelligent exposure to upside while limiting catastrophic downside. Readers are guided toward designing a life that increases options over time, more autonomy, more mobility, more control over schedule, and more resilience when the unexpected happens. Ultimately, the book positions liberty as the reward for embracing responsibility and making choices that expand your capacity to adapt in a changing economy. In conclusion, this book is best for readers who feel uneasy about the traditional career blueprint, including professionals who suspect their job is more fragile than it appears, aspiring entrepreneurs who want a philosophy with teeth, and business owners who are busy yet not truly free. It can also benefit younger readers who want to make foundational choices with eyes open, and older readers who want to regain momentum and redesign the next chapter of their working life. The benefit comes from its clear focus on autonomy. It pushes you to think in terms of ownership, systems, and value creation, then to align daily habits with those goals. Even if you never start a company, the framework can change how you invest your time, build skills, and reduce dependency. Compared to many entrepreneurship books that lean on inspiration, vague mindset talk, or trendy tactics, Unscripted is worth buying for its direct critique of cultural defaults and its consistent emphasis on leverage and scalability. It treats entrepreneurship as a strategic tool for liberty rather than a lifestyle label. If you want a sharper lens on modern economic reality and a push toward building assets that buy back your time, this book delivers that challenge. If you would like to support MJ DeMarco, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.